This is UTEL Concerts. This is UTEL Concerts. This is UTELConcerts.com.
Hey, it's Crystal with UTELConcerts.com. I'm on the phone with David E. from the White House Band, who is going to be performing at the Rap Rocks Showcase at South by Southwest this year. And you're actually putting on this event, are you not?
Yes, ma'am. Along with IMPR Agency, we partnered and doing it all over the place.
So who's on the bill?
For the South by show, we got That's Racist, Shinobi Ninja, Hollis Brown, Rada MC from DC. I think she won VMA's Best New Artist, I think, or something like that for the VMAs, which is kind of crazy. Who else do we have? We have the Click Clack Boom. We have a lot of acts.
I was just listening to your EP, The Stimulus Package. You actually coined your own term for your format as a new vogue.
Yeah, pretty much. We call it new vogue or rap rock, New Vogue is kind of like the press-friendly way to say rap rock, because when you say rap rock to people, the first thing they think about is like Kid Rock or Linkin Park or Limp Bizkit, and they automatically like, I don't like that,
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
So we had to kind of come up with something else for the time being.
You're a fairly new band, and you already have your own sound. How did you guys meet?
I was doing my thing solo for a while. I was actually in Chicago shooting a video that ended up on TV and stuff, like the Maybe Tomorrow video. That was on MTV and VH1 and stuff. We were in the production phase of that, shooting that, and I was just kind of talking to my videographer, and I'm like, man, I'm not really, my live show, the buzz factor was there, but the live show wasn't really there for me. I kind of got tired of just rapping to a track,
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, rapping to a track is cool, but I want to try being in a band, because I was playing guitar and stuff, and I wanted to find a way to incorporate the guitar into the hip-hop and, just kind of try to figure out how that will work,
Yeah.
So then I got a call from a friend who said, I know a band, and, I had met the three guys, and, once we jammed out one time, I said, hey, I have a show tomorrow. You guys want to come and do it with me? And they were just like, sure.
Wow.
And we've just been doing shows ever since, and that's how it's been. And now it's getting to a point where it's because of the Rap Rocks events, people were offering David E. Beat shows, offering David E. Beat deals, but when I put the White House Band into the equation, everything just kind of fell apart. So, because people were just like, I don't really know about the whole Rap Rock thing. I don't know. It sounds cool, but I don't know. People just didn't really seem to get it. So then we created Rap Rocks, and then everything was right with the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then everything was right with the world. We started getting, started selling out rooms and, showing people that there was a definite market for this.
Who are some of your influences?
Everybody, really. I mean, literally. I grew up, I didn't even know what hip-hop was until I was 15. So I grew up listening to, my mother was one of the biggest Michael Jackson fans. I kind of feel like Justin Bieber is the new Michael Jackson. So you see how all those little girls act about Justin Bieber. That's kind of how my mom was with Michael Jackson. Mm-hmm. And, drawing pictures, doing every concert. So my whole life, it was all Michael Jackson and Aretha Franklin and, just about any soul singer from the 60s and 70s, not to mention, Metallica. My stepdad, all he ever blasted was, heavy metal and hard rock all day long. I didn't grow up on alternative or anything. I grew up on straight up super duper heavy metal, double pedal, crazy guitars, screaming and crap. So it's kind of a mix of those two. And then the hip hop kind of bridged the gap, because when I heard Jay-Z, The Blueprint, then for me, when I heard Jay-Z, it kind of felt like it bridged the gap between those two styles, mainly because of Kanye West's production and the fact that Jay-Z has kind of been doing rap rock for many years now. A lot of people don't really realize it, but he's been having guitars and full bands and full production for since 2001 or 2000, I think. He's been kind of having that sound. So when I heard him for the first time, it kind of really bridged the gap and just made me go, whoa. So I was like, oh, that's what I want to do. So it's that's kind of how it went down.
Yeah, you mesh them all really well together, definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah, so South by Southwest, this isn't your first time at South by Southwest.
No, it'll be my second.
Okay, this is my first time. What's some advice you can give me for South by Southwest?
I guess if you're press, make sure you get an accredited press pass so you can go everywhere. From what I've heard, the official stuff isn't as popping as the unofficial stuff. That's what I've been hearing. I've only ever done unofficial stuff. They never want to accept the White House band. But from what I've seen, the official stuff is all the unofficial, everything, like the unofficial panels, unofficial showcases, everything is always 20 billion times better than the official stuff. So I would say just go wherever there's free beer and food. You know?
Absolutely.
It's like a musician's playground, you know? It's just like the whole city is just filled with music. And on top of that, it's summertime and it's nice and people are just walking around and there's just music everywhere. And I don't know, it just has a good vibe, you know?
Yeah.
That's like, I'm all about the vibes and stuff. Like, the big thing about Rap Rocks is I always try to make sure everyone has a good vibe, you know? Because, like, a lot of shows, you know, the artists have this vibe of, oh, I'm better than you, you know? But, you know, South by and a lot of shows that I really like, they just have this vibe of it's all good. It's kind of like hippie central, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like everything's good. We love everybody, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Everything's awesome, you know? So,
We are a concert website, and a question that I always ask people is, what's the best concert that you've ever been to as an audience member?
ooh, I can definitely answer that. I'm from D.C., and I went to the 930 Club with a friend. It was my birthday. She bought me tickets to go see Atmosphere, the hip-hop group. And it was my favorite group at the time, and they just had a number of their indie hip-hop group, and their album just debuted, and they sold 50,000 copies, and they debuted at number one, like, over everyone, you know? Like, not just on the indie charts, but just number one, period.
Wow.
And it was like a big thing because, you know, like, that was like around the time when the music industry was kind of starting to go into its little slump, and, you know, indie acts weren't really doing those kind of numbers. You know, now it's more common, but back then they weren't really doing that, you know? So they were like my favorite band and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, we got to go. We went to the 930 Club. I was waiting in line because we forgot to buy tickets, and we were trying to scalp tickets off somebody, so we ended up scalping tickets. And then what happened was I went around the corner because I had lost my friend. Turns out I found Slug, the rapper for Atmosphere. He was chilling in his tour bus. And he let me in, and we started playing Xbox and stuff, and it was, you know, it was like mad cool and stuff. And I was just like, all right. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to call you up on stage. And that was the first time I had ever been on stage. This was when I was in D.C., and I was still kind of playing around and learning how to make music and stuff, and I never really did a lot of show at the time. So he actually, you know, it was funny. I'm in the front row, and he's, like, calling people on stage, and he sees I don't go on stage. So he's like, David, get your ass on stage. I told you I was going to call you. And I was like, whoa. And then everyone just turns and looks at me. It was like 1,200 people just, like, looking at me like, you know him? And everyone's just like, you know, like all these girls like, oh, my God, you know him? And I was like, yeah, we met briefly, you know, and he pulled me up on stage, and I rapped the song with him. Wow. And he was like, wow, you're really good. And he's like, all right, everyone, give it up for David. And, you know, it's the first time I've ever seen that many people, so I was very nervous. Now I see that kind of people, like, all the time at our shows, but back then I was, like, 17 or something, and it was, like, so weird for me. It was, like, crazy.
Wow.
You know, I've never been on stage before at that time, and I've never had that many people looking at me at once, you know.
Do you want to give me a little lowdown of what the White House Band is up to in the next year or so? What's going on?
Well, what's going on with us is we dropped a stimulus package, you know, for the fans. I'm actually in talks with getting That's Racist on one of the songs, pretty much the bonus track. Yeah, I know. I've actually added a verse because I hit up I think his name Teams or something from That's Racist. I hit him up with the track, and he was like, yo, this is crazy. And I said, you want to do a verse on it? He was like, hell yeah. So I was like, all right.
Nice.
So, you know, he's recording it, and I'm trying to drop that before we go to South by to build some extra buzz around it. On top of that, we're dropping at least 3 or 4 music videos. Hopefully they can get accepted to MTV, and that'll be good. And then on top of that, we're planning a tour right now with Ninja Sonic, a 3-date Rap Rocks tour over the East Coast. And then on top of that, from what I hear, this is very tentative. You know, things that I don't control. You know, I always say that it's tentative. But we're waiting for confirmation because we're supposed to be opening for Talib Kweli on his East Coast run of his tour.
Wow.
And we're supposed to be doing a co-headlining situation with the Bad Rabbits.
Wow. Very cool. Big stuff happening.
Yeah, and that's in the next few months. So
I'm totally looking forward to South by Southwest. It's the Rap Rock Showcase at the Speakeasy in Austin,
Yep.
Texas on March 16th at 1 p.m. And it's free.
and it's free. The drinks are not, but the entrance is.
Exactly.
Okay.
There you go.
Not
So
trying
get
to
the
get
free
off the bar.
booze elsewhere and then get your
Free
ass
booze
over
elsewhere. Free booze elsewhere.
there. Terrific. Well, thank you so much and good luck with everything. And we'll see you at South by.
All right, we'll see you down there.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Take care. Bye.